So my next guest today is Fernando Salomon. He's the Director of Operations here for TRI in Mexico. So welcome, Fernando. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Okay. So TRI, we all know, is a global organization headquartered out of Taiwan.
Right.
So you've got a big global footprint, but you've got a lot of business which is close to home, coming out of Taiwan and covering other parts of Asia, China, Japan,
Right.
Korea.
Right.
A lot of these companies are starting to migrate down into Mexico.
Right.
You've been established here to try and service these businesses and their needs. Is that principally the business that you're addressing here in Mexico?
Yes. TRI is an important company worldwide, but in the last years, TRI has invested a local presence in Mexico, because it's really important. Otherwise, it's not possible to make business with corporate companies, I mean, Western and Asian companies. So this year we started up operations in Mexico directly as TRI Mexico, investing in offices, investing in demo equipment, investing in people, engineering support people, investing in more spare parts, because it's really important to have all these resources in order to really make business with our customers.
Yeah, so you've got a full legal entity subsidiary essentially here in Mexico.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So as you mentioned, of course, one of the big things for any company operating here is service. You know, you can sell the machines, but you need to make sure you've got the infrastructure to service them.
Exactly.
How are you set up for that?
Well, I mean, before that, I mean, we had already people in Mexico, but not direct people. I mean, people working as freelance, probably,
contractors.
Exactly, consultants as well. But I mean, we understand that it's really important to have local presence, because otherwise, I mean, customers, I mean, they can say, "Oh, you have one machine," but if you don't have service, you don't have support here in Mexico, it's really difficult, I mean, to consider you as an option for machines, right?
Yes.
So actually, we're invested a lot on that resources.
Well, that's important. So how many engineers do you have in total in this area?
We have engineers for inspections, and we have engineers as well for testing equipment as well. We have 13.
13?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's quite a reasonable number.
And growing. I mean, we are considering to add more people right now on this year.
Right. So among the big customers you have down here, you deal with most of the tier ones?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like people like companies like Jabil, like Flex, like Samina, like
Foxconn?
Foxconn, of course. Foxconn is increasing a lot on this year. I mean, it's one of the most successful companies growing and growing here in Mexico. I would say everywhere, right? But in Mexico, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only the biggest contract manufacturer in the world, but it's probably in a flat year one of the most successful. I mean, its sales grew 35% in the last quarter. So
right.
I mean,
I think it's still the number one, right? It's still CEMs.
Oh, absolutely, right? Absolutely. Yeah. So that's interesting. So how much do you get driven by these large companies for your development? I mean, do they drive you to bring out new versions of your systems to improve the inspection capabilities?
What do you mean? Well,
what I mean is that do they ask maybe, let's say for example, Foxconn is going to start bringing in new products or using new processes that might be more difficult to inspect.
Exactly.
Do they come to you and say, look, we're going to have this product here. Can you work on a new anti-reflective system?
Exactly. We're in contact very often with customers to see if there is an opportunity. And they say, well, I have this project, I have this process with a special challenge in terms of process, and they give us the opportunity to participate and to demonstrate with something real, demo lives, inspections, or simulations or whatever, in order to show if we can do good numbers for them, good process, good inspection requirements, and based on that, we can be considered to participate and continues consider as a supplier.
As a supplier.
Yes.
Okay. And what about the local indigenous manufacturers down here? Have you managed to penetrate much of that market down here?
Well, actually, all customers are requesting that. I mean, optimization, digitalizations, 4.0. I mean, all the customers requested for that, and actually recently artificial intelligence as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is really
Yeah.
important right now.
Yeah, that's one of the big drivers, and I think going into 2025, and when things start to ramp up again, that's
Right.
going to be one of the big drivers.
Correct. Correct.
But I believe you've already had some success doing some work around that area this year.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
So how are you seeing the market at the moment? Everybody is saying it's a little bit flat, and they're just waiting for the U.S. election, and they anticipate it's going to ramp up next year.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, first half of this year have been lower than expected for all companies, not only in Mexico, I will say everywhere, right?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. And but we expect that second half can be better. The prediction is that can be more positive, but it also depends on the elections in the U.S. But also depends also on the. Remember, we have a new government in Mexico
Yes.
starting up on October
Yes.
with new reforms as well. So hopefully that's
So what sort of reforms is the new government bringing in down here? I mean, you said before we started, they seem to be more business friendly.
yeah, exactly, because actually there are some investors that they feel that can be affected regarding some reform right now.
Right.
But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully there is confidence on the new government.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our eye on that, and hopefully it'll go in the right direction. But it seems that you're certainly set up for the expansion here in Mexico.
Right.
And I want to thank you for coming in and telling us about it today.
My pleasure.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For micro dispensing, there is one product line that is proven and trusted by manufacturers in semiconductor packaging, electronics assembly, medical device, and electromechanical assembly the world over. DL Technology, superior pumps and needles for the finer things in life.